friends. Welcome to the last installment of 12 Keys in 12 Weeks, where we've been going through all of our major keys on uke. So this week brings us to our last key, which is F major. Now this will have one flat in it, which is B flat. But what we want to talk about this week is how to play in certain positions as opposed to just playing linearly up and down the fretboard of our instrument. So what do I mean by that? If we're playing an F major scale, we could play from F to F, starting on the first fret of our E string and directly up the A string, just like this. And that works, but what if I were to tell you that there's a way that we could play this without making any position shifts whatsoever and play all of these notes in one position? That's kind of the joy, especially of high G uke, is that we have an option to do this much of the time and play a shape across the fretboard as opposed to up and down the fretboard. So I want you to try is this. We're going to play the F not on the first fret of our E string, but with our middle finger on the 5th fret of our C string. Same exact note right here. So we're going to play that, and then our G and A, we will play our open strings. Now our next note would be B flat, that we would usually play on the first fret of our A string. But in this case, we're going to find that note with our ring finger on the 6th fret of our E string. Same exact note that we would play down here. So right now we have F, G, A, B flat with absolutely no left hand movement whatsoever. Now to place our C, we could potentially play it on the 3rd fret of our A string where we usually would, but we actually have the option to play it on the 5th fret of our G string. So we can move our first finger right over there, and as we do that, we'll take the second finger and put it over on the 5th fret of our A string, which will be our D. So we can make that movement at once. And then from there, we'll walk up and finish the scale out as we usually would on the 7th and 8th frets of our A string, still maintaining this one position. So let's try that together nice and slowly. We'll do it on half notes, so 2 beats a piece. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now open G, open A. Now the 6th fret of our E string, B flat. The 5th fret of our G string, 5th fret of our A string, 7th fret, 8th fret, and back down. So that's a little bit easier and gives us more control over the length of each of the notes as opposed to shifting up and down the fingerboard. So what I've done down below in the worksheet, I have that scale notated as well as arpeggio exercise and all of the chords in this key, but also an arrangement of the Charlie Chaplin tune Smile, which was originally in my book of the same name of arrangements, which is available for free, and I'll leave a link down in the comments as well. But this arrangement of Smile is a great way to wrap your head around using these consistent positions to keep your hands consistent as opposed to shifting up and down the fingerboard. As this is arranged in campanella style, we also utilize as many of the open strings as we can to let these notes ring out as long as possible. So let me play just a little bit of this tune for you, not the whole thing, and all the tabs are down below. Thank you so much for tuning in and for watching this entire series. I know it's been a trip to go through 12 keys in 12 weeks, but I'm really glad that we made it here. So here's a little bit of Smile.